Hi, I'm Bruce Clay, and this is the Ask Us Anything series. What does Google look at for EAT? Experience, authority, and trust. Are links from media necessary, or are brand mentions necessary? Multiple questions. Experience, authority, and trust is something that was made popular by a Google document, which is the Quality Reviewers Guideline. It's available on the web. It's very large, 150 plus pages, and it discussed experience, authority, and trust as being three variables that's used by a reviewer to determine the quality, in essence, of the page that is ranking in the Google search results. Also, there's maintenance mentioned, and I don't want to forget it. I think maintenance is a fourth variable. But experience, authority, and trust has to do with that. Experience being predominantly on page, authority being predominantly links, and trust being, have you fooled Google before? Do people trust you? And part of the trust, by the way, I think is if you link to untrustworthy sites, your trust drops. Don't link to bad sites, and you shouldn't hurt yourself. Are links from media necessary or brand mentions? Now, one of the things that happened is that Google started to disregard or devalue links from sites that have no inherent knowledge of your industry. So if I am a search engine optimization site, a link to me from a bakery would probably not have a whole lot of expert knowledge, where it's an expert saying, oh, here is my reference point to another expert. They're not organic to my industry. Whereas a link to my site from somebody else in my industry, that would be considered more of an organic inbound link. The problem you run into is a lot of e-commerce sites, they don't have inbound organic links, but people will mention them. And therefore, I believe that Google has added brand mentions to the list to subsequently replace the diminished number of organic links. It also is true that buzz is important. So if suddenly you're finding that there's a lot of people talking about a site, you'll see Google will inflate its rankings and move it up in the search results, at least long enough to determine whether it is worthy. Are people clicking it? Are they staying on the site? Does it have dwell time? Things like that would show Google that those mentions, that buzz about the site made it worthy of ranking. So yes, it isn't clear that the links from media or brand mentions or buzz are sufficient to cause you to rank for a long time, but certainly they do value those kinds of links or mentions in the algorithm. So I would certainly want it, especially if it's the kind of a site that isn't likely to have a lot of organic inbound links.